Welcome. Hello, welcome to Organic Production Course. In this lecture, we will still speak about general principles of agroecology and organic agriculture. Here you can consult the lecture content. We have discussed already one part of it. Now let's go on in order to conclude this lecture. We have spoke till now about ecology, agroecology, natural systems, agroecosystems, when an agroecosystem is sustainable and when it is not sustainable, which are principles of agroecology. In order, if they are respected in the agroecosystems, they will make an agroecosystem sustainable. Now I will speak about organic agriculture, and then we'll do a kind of analysis to understand how organic agriculture tends to be sustainable. But what is organic agriculture? Organic agriculture is a system, is a agricultural systems. We have spoke about it previously. Is a mode of production or is a way of production that aims at utilizing natural resources in a sustainable way. It is based or grounded in the integrated use of native resources, recycling of organic matter, and enhancing or increasing the biodiversity. Organic agriculture relies on the concept of the farm as a closed system and the soil is a central part of the system. So the soil is considered very important. It focuses on maintaining and improving the overall health of the individual farm's soil, micro, plant, animal system. So that's why we say that is a holistic approach which affects present and future yields. But I want to focus or to stress here that why it is holistic approach, because it takes care on everything that is part of the agroecosystem. So the biota and the physical environment, soil, microbe, plant, animal, all of them in this system, with the objective that to have good yields, but not only in short term, today, tomorrow, next year, but tend, if we create systems, sustainable systems, as is supposed from the agroecology, then we'll have a more immune system, more a strong system, and let's say the nature has a better control. Now I would want to present you the general principles of organic agriculture. They are suggested from International Federation of Organic Agriculture Movement, or shortly, as I have mentioned previously, IFOAM or IFOAM. There are four principles, or there are four general principles of organic agriculture. The first is the principle of health, the second is the principle of ecology, the other is the principle of fairness, and the last is the principle of care. Let's see each of them in a more detailed way in the further or in the next slides. The principle of health. let's speak about it. Organic agriculture, according to IFAM, should sustain and enhance the health of the soil, plant, animal, human, and planet as one and indivisible. So, the organic agriculture, or the people that practice or want to practice organic agriculture, want to see very linked together the health of the soil with the health of the plant, animals, and humans, and in general with all the planet, because all the systems communicate with them. So we, in everyday work in small places, but at the end, all these make all the planet. The health of the individuals and communities cannot be separated from the health of ecosystems. Especially healthy soils produce healthy crops. Then they foster the health of animals and the health of the people. The principle of ecology. Organic agriculture should be based on living ecological systems and cycles, work with them, emulate them, and help sustain them. This principle is the base or roots organic agriculture within living ecological systems. It states that production is to be based on ecological processes and recycling. So, we have to create agroecosystems where itself ecological processes work and we do recycling. Nourishment and well-being are achieved through the ecology of the specific production environment. And now the principle of fairness. Organic agriculture should build on relationships that ensure fairness with regard to the common environment and life opportunities. So now we are going not only to the nature, but we are going and seeing the human as part of the nature. So, in fact, we are jumping to the social part of the life. Fairness is characterized by equity, respect, justice, and stewardship of the shared world, both among people and in their relation to other living beings. So, as you see, relations now are seen not only within agroecosystems that include, for example, small organisms, microorganisms, plants, animals, but even the human and the relation between human and nature and the relation between people. This principle emphasizes that those involved in organic agriculture should conduct human relations in a manner that ensures fairness at all levels and to all parties: farmers, workers, processors, distributors, traders, and consumers. And now let's speak about the principle of care. Organic agriculture should be managed in a precautionary and responsible manner to protect the health and well-being of current and future generations and the environment. This is an important issue. So, we have to take care not only to take as much possible production, as good as or as better as possible quality of products, but we have to take care what we will leave to the future generations. in order to not pollute, to not destroy soil and the environment in general. Organic agriculture is a living and dynamic system that has to respond to internal and external demands and conditions. So from one side has to ensure food from humans, from the other side have to take care, as I said previously, for the soil, land, environment. Practitioners of organic agriculture can enhance or increase efficiency and increase productivity, okay, but this should not be at risk of health and well-being. Consequently, new technologies need to be assessed and existing methods to be reviewed. Given the incomplete understanding of ecosystems and agriculture, we must take care about this. The scientific knowledge alone is not sufficient, and that's why practical experience accumulated. There is a wisdom, is a treasure for us. The same is the traditional and indigenous knowledge because they offer valid solutions which are tested by time, by hundreds of years, by millennia. Organic agriculture should prevent significant risks by adopting appropriate technologies and rejecting unpredictable ones. Probably one technology is good, but if we have not tested it, we have to be careful. For example, genetic engineering or GMOs, genetic modified organisms. Decisions should reflect the values and needs of all who might be affected through transparent and participatory processes. So it is important here to stress, to mention the participatory processes. You see them in future lectures, what is participatory processes, but it is important just to say 2 words here. It is important to mention that participatory means that we make people that are affected and work to be a vital part of information and decision making, and not decision for the systems or for the environment that is important for all to be taken from or by a very limited number of persons or businesses or policymakers. Organic agriculture movements at international level changed, improved its vision step by step in years. Like when you want to climb the stairs, you have to do them one by one. So in 1920s, different philosophers, pioneers who observed the problems with the direction that agriculture was taking at the end of 19th century and the beginning of 20th century, they saw the need for a radical change. They were concerned about lifestyle and the environment. In that period, they created the philosophy, they laid down the ideas, and the simple initial practices of organic agriculture. In that period, there was publication of an important book, The Silent Spring, which later took awards, but at the beginning it was prohibited and President Kennedy was against it. After that started another period it was called Organic 2 that started in 1970s and resulted in codified standards. These standards were initially voluntary and later the politics created regulatory systems. So the regulations of organic agriculture started. This area was important because it regulated the markets. It was important for knowledge, for consumers. So we find in this period creation of the markets, organic markets. And now we have, starting from 2013, the Organic 3. This Organic 3 aims that to create a shift from current niche market to mainstream system. This want to positionate organic systems as a part of the multiple solutions needed to solve the challenges faced by our planet and our species. You have scheme that tries to show better what I explained before. So, as I said, organic 1 is the first area of organic agriculture movement at international level. It started at 1920. So private standards, public regulation, we have a global recognition, and we have the markets. Organic 3 aims to have not anymore only niche markets, but the organic agriculture, to be a mainstream market. So now organic production is not privilege of rich people or a limited number of people, but to be for most of the population. So in this, how to say, Organic 3 area, more transparent production need, more recognized good practices. But what is important is that now the standards has to be of a higher level, because the truth is that till now many companies or farms that are certified organic try to fulfill the minimal criteria to be organic that sometimes are not so close to all principles of organic agriculture. I'm going to develop further what we're speaking about Organic 3. Now, in the Organic 3, you see that there are more, how to say, elements of sustainable principles to practice or to fulfill. This is the symbol of truly sustainable farming and value chains. It shows the 5 dimensions and 20 criteria of sustainability, as described in the IFOAM Best Practice Guideline for Agriculture and Value Chains. So, see them one by one. So, which are 5 dimensions that I mentioned in the previous slide? There are ecology, society, culture, accountability, and economy. According to this, organic agriculture has the objective to support sustainable agriculture and sustainable development, considers health of soil, ecosystems, environment, food, plant, animals, humans, social and economic aspects of production. So here I want to repropose what I have given to you or explained to you in the previous lectures. Here you have circles that mean sustainability means harmonization of social, economic and environmental issues. And organic agriculture aims exactly to fit to these three main pillars of sustainability. To understand better how organic agriculture fits to the sustainability principles, I want to present here some issues, for example, related to the nutrient management. The nutrition of the plants here is based on organic manure, compost, organic fertilizers, so organic materials and not chemicals. From the other side, the quantity of nutrients used is well defined scientifically, so are not allowed and not suggested exaggerations because they could create environmental impacts, water pollution, nutrient loss, and so on. Mineral fertilizers, for example, grounded rocks, can be used only as supplement, not as, as a main input. From the other side, there are not allowed synthetic fertilizers or chemical fertilizers like nitrates, urea, phosphorus. Their combinations like NP, kappa, crystalline fertilizer, and so on. From the other side, in organic agriculture are not allowed growth promoters and hormones. Here in this photo, I'm showing here a case of intensive conventional agriculture that produce using chemicals, chemical fertilizers, and hormones. Regarding plant protection, which is difference of organic agriculture or how it fits to the sustainability? In fact, in plant protection, we don't use chemical substances, but before it, the plant protection is based on preventive methods. Use, for example, of local varieties, rotations, ecological infrastructures, and so on. So no synthetic pesticides are allowed, and natural pesticides only can be used as a supplement. They can be different natural extracts. And what about animal husbandry? Can be animal husbandry, animal products can be organic? Yes, we can have organic production in animal husbandry. Which are the most important standards in this case? That animal husbandry has to be friendly with the environment, keeping with sufficient free move. They have to consume organic fodder, and in some cases there are some exceptions. No use of preventive antibiotics, not use of growth promoters or hormones. The question is how organic agriculture contributes to the sustainability. It contributes with a better use of locally available resources and especially using them within the farm. It creates microenvironments more self-controlled and resistant in the farm. Organic agriculture creates diversification by new components that are regenerative, self-dependence. In organic agriculture, there is a better use of non-renewable inputs and external technologies. We take care about social and participatory processes, creating groups and group actions that brings to a social justice. So here we have the social pillar of sustainability. We are still dealing here with social dimension of sustainability in organic agriculture. In organic agriculture, we have human capital building through learning programs. We know that organic agriculture is an agriculture system with intensive knowledge. In organic agriculture, organic farmers have access to the finances, subsidies, grants, credits. The added value through processing to reduce losses and increase returns is possible thanks to group or scale economy. The organic farmers can have an added value through direct or organized marketing to consumers. So now, this time, the organic is still a niche market. So it is better to go directly to consumers. So in this way, the consumers can benefit because will not have very high prices and the farmer can have an added value. Now I want to present you 10 commandments for a sustainable agriculture. So 1. Create diversity in your own farm. Integrate livestock into the cropping system. Grow crop mixtures. Adopt crop rotation. Grow genetically resistant crops, native varieties mainly. Spread farmyard manure on the ground. Practice green manure. Control weed, pests and diseases biologically. Practice conservation-oriented methods of tillage. Create flower corridors, intercrops and hedges. Here you have a picture what I wanted to illustrate. So here you have a landscape diversity. It is supposed to have biodiversity than in the conventional and intensive agriculture. Here you have the presence of the hedges, the forest, so the ecological infrastructure, but you have ecological infrastructure borders between the different of the crops cultivated. And even in the background here, you have um, you have again the ecological infrastructure. You have a link suggested. You can go to YouTube channel to see the movie. It is an exercise for you that after you see this movie, you will present a summary of what you saw. Till the next time, I wish you good study and a good time. See you.